Welcome, everyone. So, this was the third of the three games that we had on Sunday. And we had the Aces going up against the Connecticut Sun at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. And, it started out okay for Connecticut. It was about midway through the second quarter, they were right with them. And then the Aces went on a burst, and then Connecticut, they got it up to like 20 points, 19 points, and then at one point in the third, Connecticut actually got it back down to 12. But then within a minute, it was 20 points again. And, Connecticut is showing some signs. I mean, they're a very young team, and other than Tina Charles, and Bria Hartley, I guess, is a little bit more experienced than a lot of their young players. But I wanted to get a good look at Lecan, who this was her first game. She came in from France, and I've never seen her play. And she's a speedy guard, that's for sure. So, Connecticut had some moments, but, one of the things that I noticed throughout the game was Connecticut's guards on defense were just. They were okay until the Aces drove to the hoop. And then they just no help defense, no. I mean, there were times where Vegas was driving down the court and nobody picked him up. They let him go right by him. And then no one picked him up. Or they didn't try and stop the ball. I mean, that's like. I was like shaking my head watching that. The Aces were pretty good. They weren't, they weren't fantastic, but they played good enough to win, and they scored when they needed to score, but they're still not. I mean, Asia's been playing better since her coming back from her concussion. Her shooting was better this game, or at least it looked at. I'm going to look at the shooting percentages and stuff, but she looked like she made most of her shots. And then, Jackie Young and Jewel Lloyd are still largely absent. I mean, they're there, but you don't notice them. Chelsea Gray a little bit more today than she was the other game, but something seems off with her. She's usually very controlled with the ball, but she was like dribbling it off her, losing control, I should say. And, maybe it's just early in the season, and I don't know, but she usually has very good command of the ball, and she's lost the ball, had it hit away from her. She's just lost control a few times, which, I've watched her play for quite a few years, and that's not a usual thing for her. So, let's have a look at the stats. Connecticut ended up winning 86-68. And like I said, about 5 minutes into the second, it was, 2 4-point game. And then, the Aces went on a run. And then Connecticut never recovered from that. Just bad defense. Like, Connecticut's help defense was bad. Like, the Aces were just getting too many easy shots. Like, passes in, and then, there was no rotation, no help defense. I don't know. I mean, they've been playing together long enough that should happen. What's her name? Sanaya Rivers had a really nice game. I don't think she scored. Let me see how many points she had. She had a beautiful drive to the hoop and a spin move. She had 10 points. She was 5 for 13, 0 for 3 from 3. But she was 5 for 13 from the floor. But she had a beautiful drive to the hoop and then a spin move and up. Very nice. Very nice. Morrow did okay. She missed quite a few. She took 14 shots. She missed 10 of them. But she was hustling in there and, trying for the rebounds. She only ended up with 3 rebounds, but she was in there fighting for them. She had 12 points. Nelson Adota had 9. They should have went to her more. She had some good position Bria Hartley, I don't know what's up with her. She's a good guard, but she's like, she was one of the ones that was just letting, like, not even looking at the person going right by him. I don't know what that was. Because she's pretty good, but she's dribbling too much when she's playing the point, and she's not playing good defense. So she had 7 points. She shot 25% from the floor and also from three. JC Selden, she was playing pretty good. She had 8 points. She was 2 for 3 from three. She should look to shoot more. She has a nice shot. Leila Lecan, she was the player from France. She played 23 minutes. That's surprising. She didn't seem like she was in that long. But she's definitely a speedy guard. That's someone for Connecticut to look forward to. Like I said, they have young players who, eventually they'll kind of get it together. Tina Charles had 11 points. She was 5 for 12, 41%. Lindsay Allen had a three. I guess hers were all at the foul line, 3 points. Haley Peters, she was the one I was thinking of. She had a 3-point shot. Overall, Connecticut shot 27% from three and 38% from the floor. The Aces had 4 people in double figures. Jackie Young had 19. Now look at that. It seemed watching the game like Jackie Young didn't really play that well, but she scored. No, I'm sorry, that was the over-under. She scored 14 points, and she was 5 for 10. It's weird sometimes when you look at the stats after watching a game, because watching the game, she didn't seem like she played that well. I mean, she definitely hit a couple shots, but it didn't seem like, because usually she's one of their high scorers, and she was this game, but it didn't seem like it when you watched the game. Asia Wilson had 19 points. She was 8 for 10. That's where you could see the big difference, and she hit a 3. So she only missed 2 shots, and it seemed that way when you were watching the game. Nalissa Smith came in. She had 11 points. Let's see. She was 71%. A lot of hers were, posting up. Not necessarily posting up, but getting the ball down low and just putting it up. So this was a much better game for her. Jewel Lloyd only had 3 points. She was 1 for 9. 1 for 5 from 3. That's what it seemed like Jackie Young was like, but Jackie actually scored 14 points. Dana Evans, she ended up scoring a bunch. She had 18 points. She scored in the fourth quarter and a little bit in the third. She came in late in the game, and she scored a bunch. So good for her. Kia Stokes, 2 points. Aaliyah Nye, 5 points. And then Kirsten Bell hit a couple of threes there in the third quarter. So, and then it's like, she hits a couple, and then it's like, okay, I'm launching. Anyway, there's not that much to talk about in this game. The Aces ended up winning 86-68. And their record is now 9-9, and Connecticut is 2-16. So that's it for the Sunday games, and we'll see you next time.